Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, is a figure synonymous with American history. His legacy is one of perseverance, leadership, and profound impact on the nation. Born in a modest log cabin in Kentucky in 1809, Lincoln's early life was marked by poverty and hardship. His family faced numerous challenges, including the loss of his mother at a young age, which deeply affected him. Despite limited formal education, he possessed a keen intellect and an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. Lincoln would walk miles to borrow books, immersing himself in literature and law, which laid the foundation for his future endeavors. Lincoln's journey from humble beginnings to the nation's highest office is a testament to his resilience and determination. His path was not easy, filled with personal and professional setbacks, yet he remained steadfast in his goals. He was a self-taught lawyer, a skilled orator, and a gifted storyteller. His legal career was marked by a commitment to justice and fairness, earning him respect and recognition in his community. These qualities would serve him well as he navigated the tumultuous years leading up to the Civil War. His ability to communicate effectively and connect with people from all walks of life was crucial during this period of national crisis. Lincoln's early life experiences instilled in him a deep sense of empathy for the common man. He understood the struggles of ordinary Americans and was committed to improving their lives through his policies and actions. He believed in the principles of equality and opportunity for all. This belief was not just a political stance but a deeply held conviction that guided his decisions and leadership. This belief would later shape his views on slavery and his determination to preserve the Union. The Emancipation Proclamation, a landmark decision, was a reflection of his unwavering commitment to human rights and justice. His story is a beacon of hope, reminding us that even in the face of adversity, greatness can emerge from the most unexpected of places. Lincoln's life and legacy continue to inspire generations, teaching us the value of perseverance, empathy, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Lincoln's political career began in the Illinois legislature, where he served 4 terms. He quickly gained a reputation as a skilled debater and a fierce advocate for his constituents. His eloquence and logic shone through in his speeches. In 1858, Lincoln's famous debates with Stephen Douglas during the Illinois Senate race catapulted him onto the national stage. The Lincoln-Douglas debates were a pivotal moment in American political history. They centered around the issue of slavery, with Lincoln arguing for its restriction and Douglas advocating for popular sovereignty. Though Lincoln lost the Senate race, his performance in the debates earned him national recognition. He emerged as a powerful voice against the expansion of slavery. 2 years later, in 1860, Lincoln was elected as the first Republican president of the United States. His election was a significant turning point in American history, as it signaled the growing strength of the anti-slavery movement. Abraham Lincoln's presidency was immediately challenged by the secession of Southern states following his election. The Southern states, fearing the loss of their economic and social systems built on slavery, chose to break away from the Union. This secession marked the beginning of a tumultuous period in American history. The issue of slavery had driven a wedge between the North and the South, and the nation teetered on the brink of civil war. The North, largely industrial and anti-slavery, clashed with the agrarian slaveholding South. This deep-seated division was not just political but also moral and economic, making compromise increasingly difficult. Lincoln's stance on slavery was complex, but ultimately rooted in his belief that it was a moral evil. He had long been a critic of slavery, viewing it as fundamentally incompatible with the principles of liberty and equality upon which the nation was founded. However, he also understood the legal and constitutional challenges that came with addressing the issue. He opposed its expansion into new territories but recognized the legal complexities of abolishing it outright. Lincoln believed that preventing the spread of slavery was a crucial first step. He hoped that by containing it, slavery would eventually die out on its own. This approach, however, was met with fierce resistance from the South. Lincoln believed in preserving the Union above all else. For him, the survival of the United States as a single, unified nation was paramount. He feared that the dissolution of the Union would lead to anarchy and the end of the American experiment in democracy. He understood that a nation divided against itself could not stand. This belief was famously articulated in his House Divided speech, where he declared that the country could not endure permanently, half slave and half free. Lincoln's commitment to unity was unwavering, even as the nation descended into war. He initially focused on keeping the border states from seceding, hoping to find a peaceful resolution to the crisis. These states were crucial to the Union's strategic position, and their loyalty was essential. Lincoln used a combination of political maneuvering and military presence to keep them from joining the Confederacy. However, as the Civil War raged on, Lincoln came to realize that ending slavery was essential to preserving the Union. The war transformed from a fight to preserve the Union into a moral crusade against slavery. Lincoln's views evolved, and he began to see the abolition of slavery as a necessary step to achieve lasting peace and unity. He saw the war as a moral struggle and believed that the nation could not continue to exist half slave and half free. This conviction led to the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared the freedom of all slaves in Confederate-held territory. Lincoln's leadership during this period was marked by his steadfast commitment to both moral principles and the preservation of the Union. On January 1, 1863, Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, a document that would forever alter the course of American history. This momentous decree was not just a piece of paper, it was a bold statement of intent and a beacon of hope for millions of enslaved people. This proclamation declared that all slaves held in Confederate territory shall be then, thenceforward, and forever free. It was a revolutionary act that challenged the very foundation of the Confederacy, which relied heavily on slave labor for its economy and war effort. The Emancipation Proclamation was a strategic masterpiece and a moral triumph. By redefining the war's purpose, Lincoln aimed to weaken the Confederacy's resolve and bolster the Union's moral high ground. It was a calculated move that sought to undermine the South's economic stability while simultaneously rallying abolitionist support in the North. It effectively transformed the Civil War from a struggle to preserve the Union into a fight for human freedom. This shift in focus gave the Union cause a new, invigorating purpose and attracted international attention. The proclamation had a profound impact on both the course of the war and the future of the nation. It not only altered military strategies but also reshaped the social and political landscape of America. The promise of freedom inspired countless enslaved people to escape and seek refuge behind Union lines, further depleting the Confederacy's labor force. It galvanized support for the Union cause among African Americans who flocked to join the Union Army. These brave men, eager to fight for their freedom and the freedom of their families, played a crucial role in the Union's eventual victory. It also sent a clear message to foreign nations that the Union was fighting for a just cause, making it politically difficult for them to support the Confederacy. European powers, particularly Britain and France, were thus dissuaded from recognizing or aiding the Confederate States. The Emancipation Proclamation did not immediately free all slaves in the United States, as it applied only to Confederate-held territory. Nevertheless, it was a critical step towards the abolition of slavery, setting a precedent and laying the groundwork for future legislative action. However, it paved the way for the eventual abolition of slavery nationwide with the passage of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution in 1865. This amendment, which formally ended slavery in the United States, was a direct consequence of the momentum generated by the Emancipation Proclamation. Lincoln's bold proclamation thus stands as a pivotal moment in American history, symbolizing the nation's commitment to liberty and justice for all.